guys, it's Lord Botha here with another video, and an initial flop in theaters has seen a massive resurgence on streaming. This comes to us from Variety. Red One becomes the most watched Prime Video film debut ever with 50 million viewers after a modest theatrical run. Red One attracted a record-breaking 50 million worldwide viewers in its opening weekend on Prime Video. That's measured across 4 days, by the way, becoming Amazon MGM Studios' most watched film debut ever on the streaming platform. It's a true Christmas miracle for the film, which boasted a Santa-sized $250 million budget and opened to just $32 million in the US last month. Now, it is important to note that Red One actually has had a bit of a resurgence in theaters as well. It turned out the film had decent legs to it despite coming out of the gate rather slow, and it's grossed a total of $175 million worldwide. So when you add that to the ad revenue of the 50 million worldwide viewers, yeah, this film actually has a bit of a chance to make its money back. Now, when you add advertising costs into that, it becomes a lot harder, but we'll see. Because the movie is still in theaters right now, and people are still going to see it. Amazon MGM head of theatrical distribution, Kevin Wilson, hinted at the studio's justification for spending big without requiring a lot of ticket sales in return, telling Variety in November, "Whether or not people like it, the value of these movies is different for our business model. If we can put these movies out theatrically and cover our P&A, that's the printing and advertising costs, why wouldn't we? We're getting a massive marketing campaign that's being paid for before the film gets to streaming." What Kevin is essentially saying here is that, hey, we already built this film to be for streaming. So we were going to put it on the platform either way. But if we can release the film in theaters, not spend money hand over fist in marketing, but people go and see it and cover those marketing costs, well, anything on top of that is essentially going to be profit for us, and also help cover the cost of the initial movie. So combined with the ad revenue, we actually make more of a profit. It's actually a smart business plan, basically using the theater as a marketing tool for a streaming service. Like I said, Red One is still playing globally on the big screen on over 3,000 screens in North America and 3,300 screens internationally. I don't know if it's still playing is going to cut into that viewership as well on Amazon, or it being on Amazon now is going to cut into theatergoers as well. I think the latter is more likely of the two. But again, in this scenario with that business model, all that theater money is just icing on the cake. Now, it used to be that you had straight to DVD releases, and there are a ton of bad Christmas movies that were released both in theaters and straight to DVD releases. I mean, hell, there's like 10 Santa Claus films and like 9 Home Alone movies. And those were all smaller budget films. Their distribution was a lot smaller. Their advertising budget was next to nothing. And part of that had to do with the cost of actually, putting the film on CDs into physical media and production. But now with these streaming platforms, these massive companies, they can, if you think about it, use the theaters as a tool to promote films for streaming. As long as they can keep their advertising costs to a certain level and not go overboard, it can really help them. And you also see the same thing for TV show premieres, like Amazon has been doing for Rings of Power. Of course, it didn't really actually help Rings of Power because nobody cares about Rings of Power. But in theory, it works the same way. It'll be interesting to see if Amazon sticks to this model and exactly how much revenue it generates for them. Amazon, like the other big streamers, don't necessarily disclose what they also count as a view. So there's no real way to tell whether or not these people watched less than a minute or the whole movie. Exactly how much advertisement they saw, what kind of revenue that generated for the company. But as Amazon stands right now, they say it definitely helps with the profitability of the film, and that's all we really have to go on. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it. We'll talk to you again later.